Just going to start this because I've delayed it too long. So, hi FlossTube, it's Elisa from Dragon Stitches, and now you decide to calm down. You finicky dog. You settle down? He's been whining for the last 20 minutes because, of course, it's crazy here tonight. My daughter has a sleepover, her best friend's sleeping over, and they're in the room literally behind that wall, which is a foot away from me. And they're very loud, and he gets kind of anxious when the status quo changes. He just gets kind of anxious anyway. He's a bit of an anxious dog, my Dante, aren't you? He's fine now, though. He'll settle down, hopefully, because he has the most incessant whine. It's just, it goes right through you. And we've been trying to ignore it, and he's getting a lot better, but he's definitely a mama's boy. He's going to be 3 on January 7th. So, he's a big boy now. Anyway, happy holidays, FlossTube, to all of you who celebrate the holidays. To everyone else, hi, how you doing? I have to make this extra exciting because apparently this week is very boring on FlossTube. So, I will see if I can make that happen. I know it's probably going to be a long one. I hope it's going to be a long one. Cross my fingers if I don't get too interrupted by those two. My boyfriend has barricaded himself in the back room. He's fine. This one, I just need him to settle and I'll be fine. Hopefully the girls will stay in the room. They have been. And not come out and interrupt me. I have a lot to talk about, actually, for once in a few months. I even wrote it down on my tablet. See, I'm actually prepared and everything. So first of all, I'd like to apologize to my fellow FlossTubers because I think I've said this before. I haven't been watching FlossTube. I'm trying to catch up on everyone, but there's so much on FlossTube. It's insane because it's growing, and that's great and fantastic. But there's no way I'm going to be able to go back and watch everyone's FlossTubes. So I'm basically going to watch, recent stuff while I'm stitching, because I'm actually stitching again. So I'm going to start watching recent stuff as it comes up. And then maybe if I have extra time or if I run out of new stuff, I'll go back through my favorite YouTubers and watch their the rest of their stuff, binge their stuff. So that's what I might do. That's my plan. I have a lot of ambitious plans. Not a lot of follow through, but we're working on that. Always working on that. I think I say that almost every single video. But it's a good affirmation. Just keep working on it. Because if I keep working on it, I haven't actually failed. I'm still working on it. So there is that. So yes, so if I'm commenting on your video and I'm asking questions that you have clearly answered in previous videos, just point me towards those previous videos and I will gladly go get my own answers. I just, I might ask stupid questions for the next few weeks. But it's nice seeing everyone again and everyone at Christmas or holidays or whatever winter festival you tend to celebrate. I'm gonna go, I'll tell you what I'm gonna be doing in this video. I'm trying to actually be organized and stuff. So all my holidays, I was gonna start talking about my personal holidays and my thing, but I realized that all those questions are in the holiday. Yes, I know you want affection. I know. He's a bit of a mama's boy. So Dobermans, so you know, if you're ever interested in having a Doberman, are called Velcro dogs. And Dante is doing a very good impression of a Velcro dog right now. This is about as far as he is ever away from me while I'm home. So they will usually pick one person in the family and completely bond with them. They still bond with the entire family. Like if I go out and me and Andrew are walking him in the evening or something, if Andrew would go to the store or something, pick up something on the way back, Dante will flip out until he can see him again. Because we usually wait in the front of the building. Andrew goes across the street, goes to the store, and he comes back, and Dante will just watch where he's gone and wait for him to come back. And when he comes back, he gets all excited. So yes, they want to be with their family all of the time. They are not a good leave them home alone kind of dog. And since we are home most of the time and have been since we got him, especially since Andrew works from home, yeah, he's pretty attached to all of us, our daughter included. So what was I going next? Sorry, I keep getting distracted by Dante. He's so darn cute. He's sleeping on my knee. So yes, so forgive me, FlossTubers, if I'm behind, if I ask stupid questions. That is why. I'm gonna do the holiday tag next because I love the questions. And that's from Joe and Molly, or the Jolly Show, which I think is a great name for the two of them together. It's so cute. If you don't know Molly Peckham, I think that's how you pronounce her last name, and Joe Gregoire. Am I completely murdering your name, Joe? I hope not. They apparently live near each other. I haven't actually seen their first video together. This is my problem. See, I'm telling you. I haven't actually seen their first thing together, so I don't actually know how they found that they were nearby. Did they know each other before FlossTube? I don't know. All I know is that they're doing videos together now, which is fantastic because they're two fantastic women. And so I don't know. I'm really stoked that this FlossTube thing has gotten so big and people are making connections near them in real life with other FlossTubers. I think it's fantastic. One of the most positive communities on the internet, that is for sure. And it's very hard to find. So so they did the holiday tag, which is absolutely chock full of awesome questions about the holidays, which I thought I would do. So let's go to the first question. Okay, so what's the worst holiday gift you've ever received? Best. So worst and best. The worst probably is, I can't even really say. I don't know. I don't think I have one that really stands out as worst. There was the one time I had to actually basically tell a boyfriend online. I've gone through my fair share of online romances. Yeah. And there was one year I had basically had to point this guy in the right direction and be like, this is what you should get me, this one t-shirt. And it was a geeky t-shirt with a line from Princess Bride. It says, I have built up an immunity to iocane powder. Andrew. And it was just not good. It arrived and didn't even fit. Anyway, that relationship soon fizzled. Very soon fizzled. Probably the best gift I ever got was also from an ex who I met when I was living in California briefly, the first time, in about 2001. I met him right before, like the day before I was coming back to Canada, and we kept in touch online, and then I flew back down to see him for a weekend shortly after 9/11 in October. And then we became a couple, an official couple. And that Christmas, it was 2001, he sent me all the way from Canada to Labrador City, Labrador, which is like northern Canada, all the way from California to northern Canada. And it was this huge box arrived. Or actually, no, I had to go pick it up at the post office. That's what it was. I had to go pick it up at the post office. And it was huge, massive parcel. It was easily 4 foot tall. We get it home. It's wrapped, actually, which was amazing that it was wrapped. We get home and went under the tree. I opened it up on, I think that's when I chose to open on Christmas Eve, because we always used to open one gift on Christmas Eve. And it was literally a 4-foot tall nutcracker. And I have a small nutcracker collection, not as big as I would like it to be. And that was just, he remembered, and I thought it was really, really charming. So, I don't actually have that nutcracker anymore. My parents have that in their storage unit, because I have a very, very small apartment. So, I have nowhere to store it. But hopefully when I get a house, I will have it again. So those are my best and worst presents. What holiday do you celebrate at this time of year? Christmas. I was raised Roman Catholic, and we had huge Christmas traditions back home. We had always the same tradition. We would go to a friend's house for Christmas supper, and then we would go to Christmas Mass, and then we would go to a couple other places for like desserts and finger foods, evening wise. And then we'd come. It was a big deal, like a huge, ordeal that started at 11, at probably about 11 in the morning. We had to start getting ready, and my mom was cooking because she always did Christmas Day was at our house. And yeah, it was just like everything. And right now, we just do. I'm not a practicing Catholic anymore. I don't go to Mass or anything. So, but we have the Christmas tree and we have this. So that's what we do. What is your favorite holiday cookie/candy? Cookie/candy. I love Quality Street chocolates. I always get a tin of Quality Street chocolates every year. Ew, dog. He just moved his head on my knee, and I just feel this splat of cold, wet drool land on my foot. That was not pleasant, doggy. He doesn't care. So, yes. What was that? Cookie. Okay, so my favorite cookie, they're called chocolate snowballs. And they're basically a no-cook recipe. Well, technically no bake recipe. Part of it you have to kind of boil on the stovetop. But it's basically coconut, rolled oats, cocoa, sugar, butter, milk, just all mixed together. And they're actually really good. And then you toss them in some more shredded coconut, and they are so yummy. They're like little sweet chocolatey granola bars. They're so awesome. If you could go anywhere in the world to spend the holidays, where would you go? That's a good question. I would probably go. Excuse me. I would probably go to a beach. I'd love to have Christmas on the beach somewhere. I've always wanted to be somewhere warm for Christmas because I grew up in very, very cold, Christmassy places. So yeah, Christmas on a beach I think would be freaking awesome. Either that or one year we went to Vermont and we stayed in a kind of timeshare place that had a ski hill. That was a nice place. That was very Christmassy. It was all like, you could feel the Christmas spirit. It was like a freaking Christmas card. It was so picturesque. Although we don't have any snow. Does anyone else have any snow? There's no snow this Christmas apparently, because we don't have any snow, and we're in Toronto. I know my brother, who still lives in Labrador, he has snow. But I don't think they have snow even on the West Coast. It's been a very warm fall, early winter. Well, technically, like, isn't today the first day of winter? Technically, because it's winter solstice tonight, which is 21st. So that's the shortest night of the year. So that, yes, so it's winter. I always thought that was weird. I grew up in a place where by Halloween we had at least a foot of snow. So to call all that time fall just did not seem right to me. But now I live in a place where we haven't even had snow yet. So it's a very weird experience. Very strange. What would you call that? Extremes. What is your favorite childhood holiday memory? Favorite grown-up holiday memory? Here's childhood holiday memory. Well, we always did the same thing, and it was basically visiting. We did a lot of visiting around Christmas. And so we had to be, polite and stuff like that, and we had to be nice, and kind of just well-dressed, and we were just expected to kind of hang out with the other kids and not be intrusive. So I'm trying to think. Holiday memory. My childhood. It's bad that I have to think about this so much. Oh, there we go. Okay, you guys are gonna get a kick out of this. So in my small town, I grew up in like I said, I grew up in Labrador City, and we had a mall. It had one big department store, and it probably had about a dozen other small stores, a couple restaurants, and stuff like this. And every year they would have, when Santa would show up to the mall, they would have a Christmas parade for the kids inside the mall, because it was too freaking cold to have it outside. We didn't get Christmas parades outside. You couldn't do that. I mean, it was just not safe, especially if you wanted kids to dress up nicely. I mean, it was just, it was too freaking cold. So they did the parade in the mall. Santa would arrive in many different ways every year. It was really kind of neat. One year they did dog sled. One year they did a helicopter. One year they did skidoo. And for you non-East Coast types, that's snowmobiles. So we wait for the arrival of Santa Claus. And then all the kids were dressed up. Would parade Santa from one end of the mall to the middle of the mall, where he had, it was kind of like a procession. And one year, me and my brother and my sister, we were all dressed up. Me and my sister were dressed up as, we had matching toy soldier outfits, and they were like blue and red and gold. We had these cardboard toy soldier hats, and my brother, I think Mom made him his own, and it was like red and white, so we were kind of like a little matching pair, basically, our matching set, a trio of us. And I must have been like 6 or 7, and it wasn't only a parade, it was also a costume contest. I can't believe I remember this. And because we were all like a matching, trio, the 3 of us, we ended up winning second place, all 3 of us. And we were so stoked. It was like I think there was like a $25 gift certificate for, there was one store. And this was back in the 90s. No, this was back in the either late 80s, early 90s, like really early 90s. And I remember what I wanted to get. I wanted to get a wood burning kit. I've never had a wood burning kit. I've always wanted a wood burning kit. And I saw one at the store that we had the gift certificate for, and I was trying to convince, kept trying to convince my brother and my sister to, that's the wood burn kit. We need to get the wood burn kit. Yep. My parents completely kiboshed that idea. I think we ended up getting, my brother sacrificed his portion of the prize, and we ended up getting, for me and my sister, my little pet shop, my Littlest Pet Shop, the original Littlest Pet Shop, which were a lot different than the current Littlest Pet Shop. Yeah, so that's my happiest childhood holiday memory. I can't believe I actually recalled that. Wow, there's a picture of us with Santa in those costumes. At least I think it survived. I know at one point there was a picture of us with Santa in those costumes. So favorite adult holiday moment. Let me think. Probably when we started our own tradition. So me, and my boyfriend got together about 3 years ago, when my daughter was 8, and he moved in with us, and we, in our first Christmas together, we're a big gaming family. You've known this. We've talked about it before. We do board gaming a lot. And one of the games, which is kind of crunchy, that we like. Crunchy games are games that take a long time to complete. And that have a lot of finicky rules and usually have a lot of bits and stuff like that. And it's called, one of the ones that we really like is Arkham Horror, which is based off of the H.P. Lovecraft mythos. I don't know if you guys know H.P. Lovecraft, Cthulhu, the Lovecraftian myth of basically the elder gods are going to come back and destroy the world. Very horror, early, I think turn of the century horror. And it went into the public domain pretty quickly. I don't remember why. There's a reason. And it has been used as the basis, as a theme and setting for many books and many books and games, card games, role-play games, sure, some video games too, must have been. And anyway, so the really cool thing about this game is it's a cooperative game. So you could play it with one person. So you basically play against the game. You're trying to prevent the apocalypse from happening. And it's a very crunchy game, and me and my boyfriend would play from time to time. And then one Christmas we had it out, and Amelia, my daughter, said she wanted to play too. So we're like, okay. And we try to taught her, and it kind of became a Christmas tradition that every Christmas we break out Arkham Horror and its expansions that we have, which basically covers the entire coffee table, and we have a side table we bring over for it as well. And it takes about probably over an hour to set up. Like, this is how crunchy this game is. It takes over an hour to set up this game. But it can be so much fun. You're basically fighting against the board, and it just starts shooting, like, pelting you with bad things. Bad things. Yeah. And if you like the mythos, if you know anything about Cthulhu or Lovecraft, yeah, check it out. It's absolutely fun. If you're not into really, really crunchy games, there's a dice game called Elder Signs, which has the same feel as Arkham, but it is a much quicker, much smaller, more compact game. And it's, again, themed with the mythos. But we would often play it, and there's these people called the H.P. Lovecraft Society who have so cleverly created 2 albums of holiday music. Basically, they've taken classic holiday tunes and have turned them into HP mythos themed songs. So they have like Freddie the Red-Bearded Migo. Oh, what's the other one? Migo, we have heard. No, not Migo, we have heard how high. The Shaga song is instead of the dreidel song. Shaga, 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 I made you out of clay. Yeah, no. Yeah, it's very blasphemous. I'm sorry. It's like, I Saw Mommy Kissing Yogg-Sothoth. That was one of my favorites. The Worst Hotel instead of The First Noel. Harley Got Devoured by the Undead instead of Grandma Got Run Over by the Reindeer. There's like over 60 songs I think they've done over 2 albums. The first album's called A Very Scary Solstice, and the second album is called An Even Scarier Solstice. And I've just been listening to them nonstop all throughout November. And up until now. And it's just, now whenever I hear the regular song being played in public, my mind translates to the H.P. Lovecraft song. So it's kind of a very, very geeky thing. So we listen to the carols, the solstice carols while we're playing, trying to save the world from the great old one. Probably the geekiest holiday tradition ever, but we love it. We always hit up the local gaming store for their Boxing Day sales, where we at least get one new board game, and then we usually bring that board game home, play it once, and then we'll play Arkham Horror at some point. So yeah, that's our own little tradition. We don't really have friends or family here this Christmas, so we're not going to be seeing anyone, unfortunately, but that's okay. We have each other, and that's all we really need right now, for now. Do you decorate for the holiday? Are you an over-decorator, a minimalist, or somewhere in between? I actually prepared a short video of my wonderful holiday decorations, and I'm going to let you watch it here. And I will come back afterwards and finish answering that question. So here's my Christmas tree. Here's a long shot. I'll take a long shot first. So it's right next to our TV. See? Just a little tree because we live in a little apartment. There's Dante. He's going to say hi. Say hi, Dante. He's like, what are you doing, Mommy? I know. I'm going to sit. Oh, what a good boy. I'm going to shake. Good boy. Okay, this is not about you though. I know. Okay, so Christmas tree. Of course, at the top I have to have my dragon. This is a cute little dragon I got a couple years ago at Medieval Times, and he fits perfectly at the top of the tree. Going down, you see some of my ornaments. This one is from Europe, and it's a full glass ornament. My mother-in-law got it for us last year. Some sort of building from Europe. I'm not sure which one it is. I'm a bad daughter-in-law. That's my Mill Hill Santa, which is going to be her present this year, which I need to finish, and I'll talk about in a moment. Coming over here, you see that is my Nutcracker Suite. Oh, what happened? Oh, not focusing. Let's see. Focus. No. It does not want to focus on it. Okay. That's the Nutcracker Suite. It used to play music when you press the top, but it doesn't anymore. It used to play the Land of Sweets, the entrance song. Going down here to my absolute favorite ornament. This is my Gone with the Wind. This is the scene, I have Dante sniffing at me right now. This is the scene when Rhett has saved Scarlet and Miss Melly and her baby from burning Atlanta. They've just gone back to Terra, and Rhett's told Scarlet he has to leave her. It's right before the Entre Act. Love this movie. This is a really cool ornament because it plugs into one of the light bulb outlets, and it gives that really cool flickering glow. Apparently we have Rainbow Dash now as part of our tree as well. Down here is a little part of home. That's my Labrador snowman. That's where I grew up, in Labrador. And I think that's it for meaningful ornaments. Like I said, we're not a very decorated home, but we have what's necessary. anyway, I'm gonna go back to the laptop now. So yes, that is all my decorations. I do have a few other things that I could probably take out and decorate with. I do have my nutcracker that stays up basically all year. I have 2 other nutcrackers that are put away though. That I could probably take out, but I don't really have room for them anywhere right now. I'm still in the middle of decluttering, and it has caused piles to appear around my apartment. But it's actually good because things are actually getting done. Dante is in the hallway whining because he can't get to either of those rooms. He likes to know what's going on, so he likes to wander around, and he'll probably end up coming back here, whine at me a little bit, and then settle down. Okay, so yes, I don't hardly decorate, which is strange because I came from a place that basically looked like a Spirit of Christmas book vomited all over it. Like literally, my mother's house when I was growing up looked like a Christmas catalog. It was that finely decorated. Everything was decorated. Like nothing was left undecorated. It was an ordeal to decorate. And she was so exacting on how everything should look. My mom and I have very different personalities. But that's okay. Excuse me. Do you have a big holiday meal? Does it involve just your immediate family, extended family, friends, or a mixture of all? Right now, we're just the immediate family. My parents are currently in Australia for the season, even though they do live here in Toronto. We don't get together as much as probably most families do, but we saw each other beforehand and exchanged gifts and all that stuff. So that was fine. So with just us, we don't have a big holiday meal, not usually. We did a turkey a couple years ago. That was kind of fun, but a little intimidating as well because we didn't really have the space for it. Like that's the problem I have. Truthfully, we live in a quite roomy apartment, but it is just so small in here. It's what it is. It's the price for living in downtown Toronto. So, favorite holiday to stitch. Doesn't have to be this holiday. It could be a time of year and or season. I haven't stitched anything seasonal really. I think I would really enjoy Halloween. Halloween is one of my favorite. I've seen quite a few Halloween ones that I thought I could enjoy. Halloween patterns, I mean. So yeah, that's it. That's the holiday tag. Thank you, Molly and Joe, for the holiday tag. I just wanted to take a moment to say, to offer my sincerest hopes for a very, very speedy recovery for Molly. Since she talks about it on her channel in a public way, I figure it's public knowledge that she has been dealing with illness for quite a while. So I hope that everything goes as it should be, and you come out of this stronger and on the road to recovery. So I close this, but I was trying to get all sentimental shit, and look what happens. No, seriously. I've mentioned Molly before. I think she's a fantastic FlossTuber, a absolutely strong lady, and just very much admire her. Very, very much admire her. Now, what is my other one? Okay, so what do I want to talk about next? Okay, so next we're going to talk about my finish. I have a finish. Can you believe that? I have a finish. I couldn't believe it. Basically, my last week of school was really rough. I had a hard time getting my pain meds in because of the slowness of the mail in this time of year. So I ended up missing the last 2 days of school before break, which I am not happy with, and I'm going to do everything I can to never not miss another day of school. it's not gonna, this pain is not gonna keep me from finishing school. It's not. I'm not gonna let it. Unfortunately, we did, one of the things that did happen the week before school is I got the results of my sleep study back. I think I told you guys I was having a sleep study done, and they confirmed what I suspected, that I suffer from sleep apnea. Not only do I suffer from sleep apnea, I suffer from severe sleep apnea. They were measuring how many times I stopped breathing in an hour, and it was 36 times an hour I would stop breathing. But not only that, whenever I would enter REM sleep, dreaming, that would go up to over 90 times an hour. That's fucking scary. I stopped breathing in my sleep. Wonderful! So not only am I the fat girl with chronic pain, I also have sleep apnea. It seems like I'm getting all the fat people ailments, and I freaking hate it. Actually, you know what? It's my channel. You guys know I let it out. I fucking hate it. It's not fair. I do. No, we're not blaming anyone else. This is what it is. We are moving forward, and we're not letting this stop us. We're doing things that are actually helping us to move forward. Basically, it all started when I changed my doctor. I guess I'll talk about my health concerns. I was going to talk about this later, so it just got moved up. So basically, I have chronic pain because because of treatment for my anxiety and major depression. I was given an antipsychotic after all the SSRIs, and the other ones, I can't remember. There's SSRIs and another form of antidepressants, but they didn't work, so then I was put on the antipsychotics known as Seroquel. Seroquel is a nasty, nasty drug. I basically gained about 50 pounds within 3 months. And I have not been able to, well, actually, I'm starting to lose it now, but I haven't been able to do anything and that's basically what brought on my chronic pain. And it's in my back, and the only thing I can do is lose weight. And I kept going to my doctor and being like, hey, this drug is not good. It makes me sleepy. I can't function. And the doctor's like, well, just do exercise. I can't exercise. I'm in pain. I basically had to beg him to see a pain specialist. Like, literally beg him. And got actually another doctor's referral from me to the pain specialist. So once I've changed doctors, I've been doing so many tests and things. And the sleep test was one because pain is often exaggerated when you're tired and you haven't had good rest. And so I was snoring so bad we suspected apnea. So I finally got a doctor who would take me seriously and sent me to the doctors for a sleep study. And yep, sure enough, I have apnea, and I now have the same day, like literally the same day, I got my CPAP machine, which you can kind of see over there. It's right over here. I currently sleep here on the couch because I can sleep propped up, which helps my back. I can't do that in the bed, so I have it out here. If anyone is familiar with CPAP, I have the pillows. It's basically it just goes over your nose and it just goes in your nose. It's the weirdest feeling ever. I tried the different masks. I had tried the full face mask and I had a freaking panic attack. It was horrible. It was like being in a wind tunnel. It's the worst feeling ever. Oh, you shush. You little drama king. Yes, you are. You know it. He's just over here whining. Sorry. He just wants my attention, which I'm giving him. See? He's got me trained. I'm telling you. Dobermans are too smart for their own good. I'm telling you. Do not get one. dangerous. No, they're not. Not dangerous at all. He would not hurt a fly. Literally, he would not hurt a fly. On purpose. He might set on one excitedly, trying to play with it. That's about it. So yeah, so I've been, now it's been a week. Been a week now on the CPAP, and it took a while to get used to, because basically all it is this forcing air down the back of your throat. So the little flap of skin that cuts off your airways when you fall asleep, it keeps it open, so you can't physically, And we tried a few of the different ones. There was one that was like a triangle over the nose kind of mask. There's one triangle over the face that was not, that just not work. And we finally ended up with the nostril pillow ones. I know it sounds so weird, nostril pillows, but it just basically sits right here, and it just basically shoots air up through the nose and down the back of the throat and leaves the back of the throat open. So it's a little awkward. It takes a little while to get used to. Sometimes I wake up at night, because it's really weird position. Because when the wind is going, when it's pushing it down the back of your throat, you have to keep your mouth closed. Because if you don't keep your mouth closed, it creates a vacuum, and then you feel like you're in a wind tunnel. It's the weirdest feeling ever. So sometimes at night my mouth will drop open or something, and I'll kind of and then wake myself up. So it's a little weird, kind of getting used to it, but it's getting better, and it's actually helped a lot with because it's also humidified. The air is also humidified. It's actually helped with my several sinus conditions. I've had almost permanent post-nasal drip for as long as I can remember, and this is actually clearing it up. So, hidden benefits, right? But I'm already feeling the effects of the more restful sleep. I have more energy, I'm more energized, I'm more moody, and it's fantastic. It's only been a week. So here's to hoping that that's going to make big steps, and then I will finally be able to start doing a little more exercise to hopefully get back to a more manageable weight. I don't mind that I'm fat. I really don't. I do not mind that I'm fat. I mind that I can't move. That's what I mind. I've always been a little chubby, but I was active. I was able to get around, and we walk almost everywhere in this city, because we live in the city. We don't have a car, so we walk everywhere. And I used to do that gladly, and now if I have to walk 2 blocks, it's too painful, and that's not acceptable in my book. So we're hoping to, it's got to work. There's no other options. So hopefully the extra rest I'm getting, the more restful sleep I'm getting, the better it will improve my quality of life. Of course, I have a super huge assignment to do over the holiday, which I haven't even, I started a little bit on it. Basically, we have to storyboard. We were given 5 clips of different movies. Action. It was like all clips had a bit of action and a little bit of dialogue, and we have to basically storyboard 2 minutes of film. So that could be I think it's going to end up being over 100 storyboard pictures. So I've got maybe 5. Yay! But I'm not too concerned. It's been so much fun getting my hand back in art and doing stuff. I am just thrilled to be doing it. This will work. I am going to work in the video game industry as a designer. I will. It will happen. I'm trying this new affirmation thing. I'll tell you guys how this works after I try it for a bit. But it's a form of cognitive behavioral therapy, which is something I'm familiar with, and it's basically what it says on the tin. You knowledgeably change your behaviors and your thoughts on certain behaviors and how you see certain things. So it's all about changing how your mind and your thoughts react to certain situations. I can't actually afford real therapy, so I've been trying to just implement on my own, which is the great thing about CBT. All you need to know is the basics of CBT, and then you can do it on your own. You can work the therapy on your own, because this is a very internal therapy. So it's been good. Let's get away from the health. Let's talk about stitching stuff, because that's what you came here to see. It is called FlossTube for once. So this is my Mill Hill kit. Celtic Santa. This is the Scottish Santa. And he is all done! Oh my god! He's all done. If you can see his little face. I'm going to give my review of these kits right now. This thing is awesome. I loved working on the paper. It was weird at first because the holes don't kind of hold on to it. The thread kind of just floats around in the holes, so it's kind of weird at first, and there's no give in it, so you have to be really careful. I was really afraid I was going to rip it, but I managed to do all of the stitching without having to rip any of it. Can I help you? Do you need something? Yes, Dad? So basically I picked it up on Friday, and because Amelia had her last day of school before the Christmas vacation, and I picked it up and I just started stitching, and I was really only hoping to do about an hour or so on it, and I just kept stitching. And then I put it away for a bit, and then I picked it back up again at night, and I just kept, and by then I was almost done all the stitching. And the next day I just finished up the stitching and the back stitching, which you can't, I don't know if you can really tell. Oh my gosh, you can actually tell. There is very faint rust colored back stitching in the plaid. It's actually in here. I don't know, you can kind of see it. That's what a lot of the back stitching on this, you can kind of see the back stitching, and because there's a very faint light blue back stitching along the cape as well. You can kind of see it here, or here, if you can see. And that was a long back stitch, but they specifically said these were the regular back stitch, was the rust in the plaid. The plaid was really fun to do, just blocks of different two colors. The face was intimidating. See that beard? That's 6 strands of off-white. Well, it was ecru, I believe ecru. And you had to do these loops and then come back. They were called the fringe stitch. And you did it with the 6 strands. And I don't know if you can see on the back there. That is like, it's sticking out from the rest of it because it's so thick, because it's just like 6 strands coming back. And that was kind of difficult, but it turned out so good. The mustache bow was a little bit bigger, but I can't do teeny tiny bows. I don't have the fingers. But the effect is so cool. And it wasn't that difficult. It really wasn't that difficult. It was very intimidating and looked very intimidating. And you had to be really careful pulling it through because it's already stitched underneath, if you can see here. It's fully stitched underneath, and you just went up and came down and looped it and then went back up and kind of secured it. And you did that to 2 rows, 3 on the bottom and then 3 right above it. And it just gives such a neat effect. And the top is just a little bow with 2 strands. And then you just tack it on here I just did a cross over with the 2 strands of the ecru. And the effect it gives is so cool. So I was really glad with how that turned out. And that turned out, I was very, very hesitant about how that would. This is also my first time beading. And as you can see, there's quite a few beads there. And in his pouch, there's actually 2 sets of beads. There's a regular size and then these little brown ones. Tiny little brown ones in there. The petite beads, which you have to do a full cross with. Which are very annoying, I found. Also down here, there's a lot of the petite beads over here. The other ones were just crosses, which were not bad. I love this little clasp. Isn't that cute? It looks so cool. And then all the beads down here. Look. Oh, that was beads. All that's beads. All that's beads. Just beads, 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 beads everywhere. The thing I was really impressed with is that they gave an overabundance. I could probably do an entire other, this exact same pattern. I could probably do it with just what I'm left over. I mean, this is one of the bead bags. There was 2 bags of beads. This is all that's left. Now, the dark brown, you can see there's some dark chocolate brown petite beads. Those there may not be enough, but all the other ones there definitely would be enough. Even with the other colors, the other set of colors. Because they sent like 20 or so of the beads, but some of them I was only using like 4 or 5, and it was insane at how much extra I got. I guess it's in case you lose them. That's why. Where did the other one go? But no, I was, there we go. See, that's the other ones. Plenty, 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 plenty. Most of those, you know, yeah, definitely enough for at least one more, which is really kind of cool. They put that much, and it wasn't that expensive. I got off 1, 2, 3 Stitch for like $6. Like, I think it might have been like $6.99 or $6.79. Like, that's ridiculously cheap. I also have probably enough floss to do it. Like, I didn't use, thankfully I didn't have to frog hardly at all. Did I even frog? I might even not have frog. I was being very, very careful. I love these long stitches. The laces at the bottom. He's so detailed and for such a small thing. And I love that it could just be cut out and finished. Like, that I think is awesome. No sewing. Like, I've seen ornaments where you kind of sew them, or you do them on Aida or linen, and then you spread them over some cardboard, and then you put a backing on it. Those are fine, but this way you completely, you don't have to do that. You just cut it out like that, and then you put a backing. I have to go and get some felt. I think I'm gonna get for the back of it, which should make it finish, and then I'm just gonna get some ribbon and sandwich the ribbon in between the felt and thing, and then it's been all good, and oh, I'm so happy. I have a finish. Oh my god, I needed a finish. My stitchy bug is officially back. Thank goodness. I've been only working on this guy because I was desperate to get him done before the 24th, when we have supper with the in-laws. So he is done. And yeah, I will definitely be getting more Mill Hill kits. Most definitely. There's many, 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 many of them that I want. There's so many of them. But yes, very cute. The only thing, it was nerve-wracking to cut this out. I mean, on the pattern, they have cut this little part out. I'm not cutting that part out. There's no freaking way I'm going to be cutting that part out. Do you see how small that is? I will most definitely hit a stitch and completely ruin the entire thing if I try to cut that out. There's no freaking way. But I managed to get him around here a little bit. I kind of overcompensated in places, so it's not quite, close enough in some places, but I just didn't want to get too close with the stitches, and I just did not want to risk it. So, not bad. I quite liked it. A very fun kit. Quickly stitched up. Like, once I decided to actually work on it, I think 2 days, I completely finished it. Awesome. Now, if only I could say the same about my other. So I have another project about the same size. I think I showed this to you guys too. So this is my current WIP. It's probably going to be my WIP until the end of the year. Hopefully I'll get it finished and in my tree before New Year's. And this is also on perforated paper, but this is a gold perforated paper. And this is the My Treasure Dragon freebie from Dragon Dreams. I only have one color done, but you can actually see this is his face up here. That's his neck. This is his wing. That's his back. This is his tail. So I've had one full color done, but there are quite a few colors in this, unfortunately, and a couple of Krennics. And unfortunately, I got one Krennic in number 8 braid, which is a little bit bigger than the number 4 petite braid, which I should have gotten, but I was dumb and I just saw the color and I didn't actually look at the number on it when I was ordering it on 123 Stitch. And there's no way I could get it again. I think it was the green I had. But I think I should be able to, because I looked it up, and apparently the number 8 braid, is it the number 8 braid? I can't remember. It's the bigger braid. There's the fine braid and there's a petite braid. No, a petite braid. Fine and very fine? I don't know. One's bigger than the other, and the green I got bigger than I thought. But since this is 14 count, I've actually looked it up, and the number 8 braid is okay for 14 count. I think it's the number 8. I don't know if those two are mixed up. I'd have to go check, but all my floss things are all the way over there, and I really don't feel like getting up and doing that right now. So hopefully I'm going to get some work on him tomorrow. I also want to go out tomorrow and try to find a belt for my Scottish Celtic Santa. So, what do I have to talk about now? I think I've talked about plans for 2016 before, vaguely. Like I said, I'm going to try to finish, 2016 is going to be my year of finishes. I'm going to finish all my medium-sized projects. Definitely. Almost positively. And which basically includes my Eternal Solar Moon, 5th Doctor, Who, 3D Stitch, and the Storytime Sampler, Frosted Pumpkin Storytime Sampler, which is still missing. Remember I was saying I was decluttering when I was making piles? It's in a pile somewhere. I'll get to it. I'll find it eventually. So, I'm allowing myself, I've decided 2 new starts, if I can manage it for 2016. 2 new big starts so far at the beginning. I'm probably going to add some more throughout the year. My first one is going to be the Crescent Moon Dragon by Joan Elliott, which I already have the fabric for, thanks to Stitch and Fish, Cindy. Amazing hand dyeing fabric skills. I have the perfect piece of fabric for it. I just have to get all the beads. And now since I know I can do beading because of the Miller kit, which is one of the reasons I got the Miller kit, was to test to see if I wanted to do beading in all these Joan Elliott, Mirabilia, Nora Corbett, Chatelaine type stitches, or if I just wanted to stick to regular old stitching without beading. But no. I love beading. Beading is fun. It gives a really nice bumpy texture to the... I love it. I'm a very tactile person, so... Whoa, what's wrong? I think I touched him in the wrong part. Are you okay? He was kind of dreaming, and then he kind of didn't like what I was doing. That's weird. You okay? Yeah. Come on. I think I hit him the wrong way. I was just petting his neck, and all of a sudden, he was not happy with me. Okay, that was kind of freaky. So yeah, so I've allowed myself that one, and I definitely am gonna. I don't know where I'm gonna get the money to pay for the supplies, but we will see, one thing at a time. There's always tax returns, right? So, I found actually the best stitching group for 2006 for me, because it's a cross-stitch finish line, and it's again the wonderful Molly and Joe who have come up with it, and I think you guys should go join it if you are intending to finish and want to actually put an emphasis on finishing and having finished objects. Because I know about you guys, for me, it is about having the finished object and having something to display. So that's why I don't really want to take on too many new ones until I get some finishes under my belt, some medium-sized finishes. Now again, that isn't to say I'm probably going to get several other Melco kits throughout the year because I'm now obsessed with them. And hopefully we'll be able to do some of those. But since they only take a little short amount of time, I'm not too concerned about starting a few of those in 2016. Probably I'm definitely gonna be doing some more Christmas presents for next year. Now that I know these are out there, I've been picking them for my family and finding perfect ones for everyone. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. My second big start that I'm gonna allow to myself for 2016, very possibly. But probably not until the second half of 2016, unfortunately, is going to be the Gypsy Queen, the new Mirabilia. I love her! Oh my god, I do not own a Mirabilia pattern yet. She will probably be my first, and very possibly my only. I've already talked about my not aversion to Mirabilia, it's not my style. But now that I know that I love the beading and I love the effect with the beading and the stitching on the Mirabilias and the dresses, just the textures and the colors and the Gypsy Queen, oh my god, she's exactly my taste. She's the leaves in her hair, the color scheme is exactly my tones, jewel tones. It's what I wear. That's basically all I wear is jewel tones or black and white. And yeah, I just absolutely fell in love with her when I saw her. So she is definitely going to be my Mira. And if I only ever do one Mira in my life, it's definitely going to be that one. Because I've been hemming and hawing. Like I said, I was thinking about Bluebird's Princess for a while because I kind of liked her, but then I wasn't really sure. And I've just been kind of, nothing seems good. So I'm really stoked that I finally saw a Mira that actually captured my attention. So it's very possible I'm going to start that one this year too. Or at least buy the pattern. That's the first step. At least I have the Crescent Moon Dragon pattern and the linen for it. So I'm already ahead on that. Awesome. Let me see. Do I have anything else left to talk about? I don't think so, actually. Let me just check. Yes, I do have one thing to say. I have 402 subscribers. Oh my god. I'm very stoked. I couldn't believe it when I checked it today and I saw 402. That's really amazing. Thank you guys for subscribing and wanting to actually hear the words that are coming out of my mouth. It's a nice feeling, and definitely when I get, like I said, I know I'm way overdue on a giveaway. Everyone does it. It's not an obligation, of course, but I feel like I should participate in the wonderful tradition that other FlossTubers before me have started. So I unfortunately don't have a lot of stash either, and the Canadian dollar is absolute shit right now, which is great for the holiday season. Everything costs twice as much. It's really ridiculous, like really ridiculously expensive to buy anything. So very possibly it's going to be some kind of gift certificate for an online site, probably. But that's not going to happen until I actually have some disposable income to use as the, buy the gift certificate for the giveaway. So that's not going to happen yet, probably in the new year at some point. Maybe I'll have 500 subscribers by then. If I have 500 subscribers by the time I can do the giveaway, I'll probably up the size of the gift certificate. So I just want to say thank you guys for keep watching. I'm glad you stuck with me even after I've been away and not doing much. I'm really starting to see a balance in my life between school and my hobbies and my home life. So hopefully I'll be able to continue that and be a little bit more active on FlossTube in the new year. That's my hope. That's my New Year's resolution, is to be, guys, a little bit more FlossTube this year. This is going to be my first full year on FlossTubes, because the FlossTubes. Molly says the YouTubes, and Igo says the FlossTubes. Jeez. Okay, I'm getting tired, and the pain in my back is coming back. So, I'm going to, leave you guys, there, and hopefully, we'll see you guys once more before the end of 2015. And then 2016. And 2016 is going to be so much better. I promise. Everyone. My personal promise. 2016 is going to be better. I know it is. I'm wishing you guys all a happy holidays. Again, happy Kwanzaa. Happy solstice. It is solstice. Happy solstice. Winter solstice. And Yule. And Hanukkah, but I think I missed Hanukkah. And yeah, so that's me. FlossTube number 18. Wow, I've done 18 of these. I know, not as much as some, but I don't know. The community, it is not about numbers. It really isn't. It doesn't feel like it should be about numbers. It's just everyone has their little part to play, and everyone enjoys watching certain people and other subscribers, and it's like I said, I've never met a nicer community online. It's really shocking to meet such nice people who aren't dickheads. Anyway, with that lovely thought, I will let you go. Have a lovely rest of your evening, and happy holidays. Be safe. Love each other. Peace on earth. Peace on earth. My Christmas wish for the entire world, but of course, you know, that's my own little it's my Christmas wish every year. So I'm going to go. I think I said that now 3 times. You're getting tired. It's that time of night. It's about time to hook me up to the hose and go to sleep. More tired than I just need to stop. I'm gonna stop and just go, or else I'm just gonna continue. So I'm gonna stop. I think it's over an hour and 10 minutes now, so I'm just gonna go. Because who knows how long this is going to take to actually upload. Because I've heard a lot of people have been having issues with uploading and it taking forever. So I don't actually have to. I don't think I actually have to edit, so I should just put it right back up. So for all those people who said that there was, you know, boring week on YouTube or on FlossTube, here you go. I hope you were entertained.